Everybody, welcome back. This is Georgiana with Expressions Craft Studio. We're going to finish up a few cards today. It looks like 5 for our project Christmas Cheer. And what I'm doing is I'm using up the wrapping paper, Christmas paper, to make a couple of Slimline cards. So I am going to add to this some like rolling hill, I think, like snow mounds. I've got 2 of those, and then I've got the, this is also wrapping paper, and these are cardinals. So I've got 3 of those that will add Merry Christmas messages to the front of, and we'll go from there. Alright, I've got these 4 snowdrift pieces, and I'm going to see how I can make those fit. If I can make them fit. I'm sure I'll end up trimming them down somewhat, but looks like I'm going to end up trimming them down a lot. Let's see if I can figure out which one I like better. That one's probably too big. I think those are both too big. I think we're going to end up, I was hoping to put a couple on each, but I didn't plan this out very well. Some of my tape off of there. I think that'll work though. So, let's see here. Where exactly do I want this? It's got to go pretty low. But it can't go that low. So, let's see. It's about as low as it can go. Marks on there, so I kind of know where, putting a couple marks on there so I kind of know where to cut it. Gosh, is it any different on this one? It does a little bit. Why do I feel like, oh, those are different sizes. Got a little heavy-handed with my trimmer. Okay, so if I put this one on here, that looks all right. And yeah, okay, so I'll use that one for that one. And I think this was the most likely choice for this one then. Yeah. I'm just going to give myself a couple little marks back here. I don't even know if they're straight. And I'll end up trimming that off and gluing that on. And I think I want to add some glitter or maybe some embossing, since I'm not entirely sure where my glitter is. So yeah, let me pause this for a minute while I kind of gather my thoughts and trim this up. But I think that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to do a little embossing. Alright, I glued down my snow mounds and trimmed them off. And now I'm going to add some embossing powder. I thought I had some glittery embossing powder, but I don't, so, oh, cut my finger. So it's just going to be white, but I think that's okay. I think that'll show up nice. And I'm just basically taking my zig marker here, and I'm just going to kind of outline the tops of the mounds and then add some accents underneath. Bring this in. Got my ceiling fan on. Probably should have turned that off, because it doesn't take much to blow this powder around. I feel like I'm missing some in the middle there. There we go. Alright, I'll heat this one up real quick, and then we'll be right back. Alright, so we got one done, and I don't think it shows up real well, but you can kind of see it. And I just kind of tried to do some random lines to make it look like the snow had some movement. So we'll do the second one, and then we'll be right back. Alright, so we've got the embossing done. We're going to glue these to our card bases. And then we will try working on the cardinals. I'm a bit at a loss. I'm not exactly sure how I want to do the cardinals. Maybe with those less is more, I don't know. Alright. Now, because I wasn't really measuring accurately, I've got kind of a not very well centered card here, but it'll work. We will make it work. Spread that glue out to those corners. I might need a little bit more up here in this one. Just a little bit. Yep. And I think I will add some snowflakes, and then of course our Merry Christmas greeting. This is the one that's really off, I think. Oh no, I guess it was the other one. So what I might do then is go ahead and line this up. So look. Needs to come to the left or to the right, I mean. I was just laughing the other day that I didn't know my left from my right. So there you go, living proof. Let's try and keep that from swimming around on me. And then we'll do this back side here. Spread that glue out. And there we go. We've got two so far. We'll add our greeting to the inside. And there you have it. I don't think you can, it's really hard to see that embossing, but it is there, and in person it does show up, so I think it looks pretty nice. Add a little something extra. Like I said, I'll probably add some snowflakes. So now for the cardinals. Oh, I messed this up and scored it in the wrong place, so I might recut that one. Because I don't think I'm going to be able to keep it from showing, especially since that's right where the cardinal is. Think about that. We'll pick one of the others that I didn't mess up, like this one. Actually, maybe I just need to swap the top with that. Maybe that'll work better. We're going to try that. So, glue this down. We've got a nice spot here at the bottom for a Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays. Could add an acorn to the top if I wanted. I do have some acorn die cuts. They're a little big though, so they might not look quite right, but we'll see. So let's go ahead and glue this one down. Make sure we put it on the card the right way. And that's not quite right, but pretty close. And these again were just some of that wrapping paper that I had, that my mom had left over, and I'm just using those up. I think that looks pretty good. Pretty nice. Let's try this one. So when I made this, and I hope I don't even know for sure if I posted the video, but when I made this cardstock using wrapping paper, I used my Xyron machine, but I'm thinking that for the future it might just be easier to use a glue stick, even though it's a little bit more effort. I feel like it might work better, so I will try that. So let's just glue this one down. So we were supposed to have dental cleanings for tomorrow, but the dentist called today, or their office called today, to tell us that they were short on dental hygienists and they were going to have to cancel some appointments. And then she just kind of stopped, and I said, so does that mean you're calling to cancel our appointment? And she said, yeah, so we don't get our teeth cleaned now until the end of the month. That's okay. I really wasn't ready to go tomorrow anyway. Not for the reason you might think. I don't mind going to the dentist. I just didn't want to have to shave my legs, and it's August. So, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, this is the iffy one. I don't think I'll just leave that. Oh, maybe I'll just make a short one. I could do that. Just cut that off and make a tiny little card. There's no law that says they have to be a specific size, is there? I don't think so. I think we can make them any size we want. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's pull this out and make sure I don't want to make it any shorter than I have to. That is pretty small, but it'll work. Save that, which I promptly threw on the floor. So I need to cut it right below there. Okay. Where'd it go? There it is. Ah, looky there. We got a short one. And I don't think there's much I can do with that, but I'll hang on to it. You never know. I kind of actually like that small size. That's not so bad. It's small enough you could even set it in the tree if you wanted to, your Christmas tree. Small enough to fit between the branches, probably. I've seen people put Christmas cards on trees. I've never done it, but I have seen it done. Oops, that's got to come down a little bit. That's kind of a cool effect. There we go. So now we need to find our embellishments bin. I'm not real sure where that went to. Get my Cricut mat out of the way. I had to get that out earlier when I was cutting my snowdrifts. I mean, I could have done it by hand, let's face it. There's no science to snowdrifts, but I'd rather do it with the Cricut. Alright, so we got lots of little snowflakes here. And we're going to glue some of those down just randomly. Not there though, you can't see it. Can't see it. Maybe up there. And get some smaller ones here. One there. And one there. Alright. Grab my tweezers because it's easier for me with these tiny pieces, parts, to hang on to them with tweezers. So this one is going to go over here. Oh, it's stuck to my finger. Wasn't supposed to do that, but it looks like it went right back down over the glue, so that'll work. I'm thinking I'll put the smaller one there and the bigger one. Yeah, go back the other way. So, get hold of this guy. And these snowflakes were die cut using pearlized white cardstock, so they have a nice little sheen to them. Make sure it doesn't come away with my finger that time. And one more. Let's get something on the back of it. I need to clean my tweezers. Look like they got gummed up. Okay. So we've added some snowflakes. We still have room for a sentiment, maybe right there, or even down along the bottom. There's that one. Let's see what we can do with this one. We got a nice big spot right there. Like that one or that one? I kind of like the prettier one better. Not that I've ever seen a non-pretty snowflake, but for me, the more detail the better. Which is funny because some of you may have experienced this yourselves. When I bought my Cricut, it was a decision that I made based on the fact that I didn't want to have to buy a whole bunch of dies when I could buy one machine that would do it all. But this was in the early days of the design space. In fact, very, very early days. It was brand new. And what I quickly found out was that I did not have good luck. Now, I think some people have. I just did not have good luck with something on the back of that one. There we go. I did not have good luck cutting really small or really intricate designs. In fact, even just trying to create those designs in Design Space initially was impossible because the software just couldn't keep up with what I was trying to do. It's gotten a lot better, and I use it all the time now. But I bought it so I wouldn't have to buy a bunch of dies. Well, then I found out, oh, I'm going to need the dies anyway. So now I have a bunch of those as well, which if I'd known that, maybe I could have just done dies and left the Cricut out. But I do like it. It is come in handy, especially for when you have to cut out a bunch of repetitive stuff. And then I went and bought the, what's it called? The Brother Scan and Cut too, so I could fussy cut out stamps and images, which I've only done a couple of times. Probably didn't need that. So I'm just trying to, I've made a pact with myself that I'm going to quit spending money on expensive things that I don't need, or even inexpensive things that I don't need. Don't know how well that's going to work. We will see. Okay. I think I might need to get my glue eraser out right there. Don't know if it'll even get in there, actually. There we go. Cool. Now, I don't know. I put the snowflakes away, but not very far away. I don't know how they'd look on here. I mean, I guess they show up all right. Not sure that's what I want to do, but it's an option. So, where is my other? Oh, there it is. Okay, somewhere in here I have, there's some greenery, I might want that, and here's my bells. So, I thought I might use I wanted the acorns, that's what I wanted. Let's see, I told my husband yesterday, don't get old. It's not for the faint of heart. And he just laughed and he goes, I'm as old as you are. I said, well, almost. Not quite, but almost. All right, let's see what these acorns look like if they're too big. Oh, I don't know. I don't think they're too big. I don't think they're too big at all. What do you think? I kind of like it. Alright. So these acorns are, once again, dies, not cut with the Cricut. And these have just been part of my stash for a couple years now, I think. Put one there. Does this one need a second one? I don't think so. I think it looks pretty good. This one doesn't probably really need it either, but this one, put that up there. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. Skip the bells and go to the greenery. Apologize, I know that's really loud. Okay, good enough. So, we put that up there like so. Or, yeah, definitely up there. Do we need a nice lovely branch sticking out? My greenery got a little bent up. There we go. Let's glue that down. Grab my tweezers. Just going to hit the tips and like those just because they're a little big. 'Tis the season to be jolly. I could go down there. It's really small though. Hard to read probably. Joy to the world. Let's try this one here is a little bit bigger. Season's greetings. I could trim that up some. I could even go right there. I would definitely shorten that a little bit. I don't think. Oh, I forgot about these. They're not exactly straight. Christmas wishes. I could just do that like that. What if I really think I need my smaller, finer scissors for this? See? Again, not perfect, but I could shorten that up a little bit though, make it a little bit cleaner. There we go. And then we glue it down off the edge, and then I can just trim it off the edge. Or I could do the same thing on the other end, because I did it so well on that end. Truth be told, I could even shorten that a bit more, couldn't I? No, that's all right. Just shorten that a little bit, and then we'll try again. I did it exactly like I did the first time. I swear, I see crooked. Oh well. So then we can glue that down there. Get rid of my scraps there. Okay, so I do kind of want to pop these up a little bit, but I think my dimensionals are too big. They're very close. So let me get my tape. My tape is thin enough. Let me see. Yeah, my tape is thin enough, but I didn't grab the dimensional tape, so it'll pop up here. That's all right. And one for here. This one goes over there, so let's do this one. I usually have my little handmade pokey tool. There it is. Sometimes I forget where I put it. All right. get that straight. Hopefully my head wasn't in the way. Although I did wash my hair today. Okay, so there's that one. And then this one. Should put that right there. Should I try and... No, I'll just mess it up if I try to center it up at all. That's one of the reasons I bought the Brother Skin and Cut, because I don't always cut straight. In fact, I almost never cut straight. And I could get it to cut out everything quicker than I could with dies. So that was my justification, but I've yet to put it into full production mode. All right, I think that's it for today. Just clean up my mess a little bit real quick here. All right, so we ended up with 5 more cards, and I think we were at 215 and last time I checked. So this would put us to 220. We got the backing stuck to me. So we've got 2 of those, and 2 of these, and 1 of those. So there's our 5 cards for today, using up bits that I've had laying around. The only thing I cut was the card bases. And there we go. I will go ahead and make some sentiment inserts for here, and then put my information on the back. And all will be well. They will be finished. So thank you again for joining me. If you are interested in why I'm making these cards, they are for the Angel Card Project, which sends a lot of cards to, well, they create a list during the holidays, and you can pick and choose who you want to send cards to from the list. I usually sort it by, well, depending on who I'm in the mood to send to. I look for, last year, I looked for nursing homes where I could put, 30 or 60 cards in one box and send them. Or you can pick out children. There will be children on there sometimes, or vets, or, there's all kinds of people from different states. Maybe you want to look for somebody that lives within your state. So it's a pretty extensive list, and you can pick and choose who you want to send them to. And you can send as few or as many cards as you want. And I know that the people who get them really appreciate the fact that you took the time to think of them. I've even received back in the mail before, like drawings and coloring book pages from people. So that's kind of fun to get a little happy mail. The other project, and they're on Facebook. Both of these groups are on Facebook. So the Angel Card Project, and then the Cards for Soldiers. Now, the Cards for Soldiers is a little different. You actually send cards to basically like a clearinghouse, one person who directs some volunteers, and they box them up and ship them out to different bases overseas, and they're free to soldiers to pick up and send back to their loved ones at home. So they accept cards for all the holidays throughout the year, and I'm focusing on Christmas, but they take them for birthdays for anybody, children, adults, whatever. Mother's Day, Father's Day, holidays, anniversaries, whatever you want to make and send, they are happy to have them. And they are also on Facebook. So that's why I'm doing this. And I hope you'll continue to follow my journey if you've been following me. If not, if this is your first time here, I hope you'll, nothing fancy today, but I hope you liked it. And if you did, please hit the like button. And I would love if you would subscribe. My videos are getting better slowly. And I'm going to be doing some different stuff now. I'm getting a little burnout on the Christmas cards and running out of ideas, quite frankly, even though I still have quite a few to make. But I'm going to start going back through some of the videos that I've saved from other creators and start casing some of their cards to make for Christmas. And in doing that, I hope to create files for Design Space that can be used and shared And I share those freely. I don't, I just, the only thing you have to do is join my Facebook group, and then you have access to any of the files I've created. I just share them. I'm not looking for any monetary compensation, I guess. They're just free for you to use. I just ask that you don't share them with other people and that you don't sell them, obviously. So anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. Enough of that spiel. Again, thanks for joining me, and we are into August, and Christmas is right around the corner. And honestly, I can't wait. I can't wait for these temperatures to start going down. This is crazy. Anyway, happy crafting.